And you guys will have these on the classworks as well. I just need y'all to kind of remember, right? And I know some of us are struggling with solving, so that's kind of why I have them on there. That way you continue to practice solving when we have an equation. But it's the same thing as if we're solving for the inequality, which is what we're on right now. All right, so again, if you need to, if this is a step that helps you, definitely highlight your variable, right? And the goal is just to have one. So if I have 4n and 2n, which one do y'all want to move over, the 4 or the 2? The 2? Do we want to add it or subtract it? Subtract it. So let's subtract the 2n on both sides, so minus 2n on both sides. And we have 2n plus 10 equals negative 36. All right, still highlighting that variable. We have only one item highlighted, which is what we want. So then from here, what do y'all want to move over? The 10. Do we want to add it or subtract it? Subtract it. So let's minus 10 on both sides. And we have 2n equals negative 46. So again, highlighting that variable, it's just helpful for some of us, right? So then once you're here, the step is usually to do what? Divide. What are we dividing by? 2. Good. So divide both sides by 2. And n is equal to negative 23. And there's our variable for n. All right, looking at number 2, that parentheses should indicate that we have to do what first? Multiply. So we're going to multiply 5 times x. So we're going to do 5 times x is 5x, and 5 times 3 is 15. All right, highlighting the variable, and again, if we need to, it is helpful. All right, what should we move over now? Should I move over the 5x or the 15? 15. Add it or subtract it? Subtract it. All right, so let's subtract 15 on both sides. I'm left with 5x equals 30. So our last step is to now divide. And again, highlighting, it would be the number, if you highlight it, it's the number that you highlighted that you're dividing by. So I still had a few kids yesterday accidentally enter this incorrectly in the calculator. Everything was written correctly on their paper. Just make sure that when you're dividing, you're reading this top to bottom. So it's 30 divided by 5, right? And that'll get us the 6 there. All right, so go ahead and put the warm up to the side. Go ahead and take out your notes. Between yesterday and today, difference between yesterday and today is that now we're going to have more variables and we're going to have those parentheses in place. So you're going to have to multiply. And then from there, we're going to go through and we're going to start solving. So just to keep in mind, again, when I talk about open and closed dots, they're open if it doesn't have an equal sign. So that one's open and this one's open. And then these are considered closed. When they're closed, it's because it's including that number. So here, this one's closed. It's going to include the 6 here. And on the number line on the worksheet, I don't care where y'all put the number, class. If y'all want to put the 6 here, that's fine. Put the 6 here. Put your closed dot, and then shade whatever direction your inequality says. Same thing with the next one. If this is negative 6, that's an open dot. And here you shade to the right because that's where it's pointing to. It's pointing to the right side. I don't care where you put your number. That's why I didn't put any numbers there. If there is a number there, it's because your number should be on that number line. But I left it open just in case it was any big number, right? Because I didn't want you guys trying to list all the numbers on that number line. So again, 6, this one would be closed. This one's pointing to the left, so we're going to shade over to the left. This one's 15. This one's open, and we're going to shade this one to the left. All right, so again with the numbers, doesn't matter where you put them. I'm looking at the dot, and I'm looking at the direction it's shaded. That's what I'm looking at, okay? All right, so we're going to kind of recap what we did yesterday, or looking at the variables on both ends, and we're going to get into the ones that have multiple things happening there. So here I have the 6n and the 3n. So 6n and 3n. And again, treat it as if it was an equal sign. Pretend there's an equal sign right here. Okay, if that helps. Do y'all want to move over the 6 or the 3? The 3? Do we want to add it or subtract it? Subtract it. All right, let's minus 3 on both sides because you're eliminating it. The only way to eliminate the 3 is to do the opposite. So minus 3n. All right, we eliminated it on the right side. All I have left is an 8. I bring down the symbol. I do nothing with that symbol right now. What is 6 minus 3? 3, so you're going to write 3 in. All right, here's the variable. The goal is just to have 1. Do we have only 1 highlighted? Yeah, so we're good. Now what you want to do is you want to move over whatever constant is next to it. So what's the only thing next to the highlighted item? The -1. What's the opposite of a negative? A positive. So you're going to add 1 to both sides. All right, we eliminated it here. We bring down the 3 in, the symbol, and then the 9. The last step, majority of the time, will be dividing. Right? Very seldomly. The only time it's multiplying is if you have a fraction. So it's always dividing. So what's our last step here? Divide by 3. All right, and before you decide you're done, you're going to ask yourself, did you divide by a negative? No. Is the letter on the left side? Yes. So then you're done. That's all you need to double check. Because what happens when you divide by a negative? What happens to the sign? It flips, right? All right, let's try B. So again, you see the parentheses, just like we did on the warm-up. You're going to do 3 times 2 is 6. And then 3 times -2 is going to give us -6. And then make sure to carry the X. I'm doing nothing with the symbol right now. I'm just carrying it down. All right, highlighting the variable. Make sure you highlight the negative in front because that's part of it. All right, what's the constant next to the highlighted item? The 6, right? Is it a positive 6 or is it a negative 6? Positive. A positive, so to eliminate it, we're gonna do the opposite. What's the opposite of a positive? A negative, good. So we're gonna subtract 6 on both sides. We're gonna -6 and -6. We're left with -6x is less than or equal to 24. All right, and now remember I said the last step, majority of the time, is dividing. So what are we going to divide by? -6. Yes, it's always the number that's highlighted, right? So we're going to divide both sides by -6. So x is less than or equal to -4. All right, so you're going to ask yourself before you're done, did you divide by a negative? We did. So what needs to happen to my sign? It needs to flip. So you keep the x where it's at for now, and you flip it. Is the x on the left side? Yeah, so then you're good. You don't need to do anything else. We can box it in. All right, looking at the next one. We have that parentheses again. So before you do anything, do the multiplication first. You're going to do -2 times 4. What's -2 times 4? 8. -8. M. What's -2 times 7? -14, good. And then everything else comes down. Bring down the 5, bring down the inequality, bring down the 15. Okay, highlighting the variable, only the variable, or variables. Here it's just one. All right, if I was to cover this side here, only focus on this side. You have highlighted items, you have non-highlighted items. The non-highlighted items need to be put together because those are like terms. So what's 5 minus 14? What would that get us? -9. So all I did was combine the like terms on the right side. Y'all said -9, right? Yep. So -8m minus 9. I can bring down the 15. All right, highlighting the variable. Again, whatever's next to that variable, whatever's next to the highlighted item is what gets moved. So what gets moved over here? The -9. You're going to eliminate it. You eliminate it by doing the opposite. What's the opposite of subtracting 9? Adding 9. Good. So we're going to add 9 to both sides. So I'm going to do a +9 and a +9. And what's 15 plus 9? 24. All right. All I'm doing with the 8m is bringing it down. All right. Highlight the variable again if we need it. What number do we divide by? The -8. It's the one you highlighted. All right, so we're going to divide both by -8. So m is, and that's -3. So -3 is less than or equal to m. All right, before you're done, you're going to ask, did you divide by negative? We did. So what needs to happen to that sign? It's going to flip first. All right, and I'm doing this step by step. All I'm going to do is keep everything where it's at. I'm just going to flip to the opposite side. Then you have to make sure that the variable's on the left side. So I'm going to move it. Okay, but before I move it, look at the sign. Is it pointing to the M? Okay, it is, right? It's pointing to it, right? It's pointing to the letter. All right, so when you rearrange it, because all we're doing is rearranging. You need to make sure that, okay, we bring the M down. It needs to make sure it's still pointing to the M, and then you bring down the number. All right, so because sometimes that rewriting piece can be tricky. So just take your time with it. If it's pointing to the letter, just make sure it's still pointing to the letter when you rewrite it. All right, because this is the part that helps you graph it, right? You graph it at this point, you shade in the direction it's pointing to. Okay? All right. All right, so now we're going to actually graph it. We'll do the description. All right, so we're going to go ahead and highlight the variables. So let's highlight the variables. We have more than one. Make sure you highlight the negative in front of the 7. Again, if you need to put your hand over this side, put your hand over that side. That doesn't exist right now. We're only looking on the left side. You're going to put what's highlighted together. You have a 9 minus 7. So what's 9 minus 7? 2. Good. So we have 2x. All right. What's not highlighted? The 1 and the -5. Good. So we're going to put those together next. I'm just going to bring it down for now, just so you have every step written out. All right. So now we have 1 and the -5. So what's 1 minus 5? -4. All right. And if you notice, I'm not changing anything because we're just working on the same side. We're not doing anything right now other than combining like terms. All right. Now when you highlight, you notice that you have one thing highlighted, one number's next to it, and it's not highlighted just like the item on the right side. So what needs to move over to the right side? The 4. If I want to eliminate it, what's the opposite of subtracting 4? Adding 4. Good. So we're going to add 4 to both sides. -16. All right, so we have -16. And then what do we divide by on the last as the last step?
2x.
We divide by 2. Good. We divide by 2. All right, so x is less than -8. Did you divide by a negative? No. Is the x on the left side? Yeah, so you're good. You're done. All right, so then what we're going to do, this is our answer. You're going to pick any line. I don't care what line. You pick a line, and you're going to put -8 on it. I'm going to pick this one right here, -8. All right. If you need to look up at the top of your notes, look up at the top of your notes. Should that be an open or a closed dot? It should be an open point or an open dot. It's open. And then we're going to shade to the left. All right, so we're going to shade to the left. You're going to shade to the left. And that's it. So all you're going to do down here is you're just going to tell me what this says. So x, yesterday we said x. X is less than -8. That's what we said yesterday. So this represents all the numbers that'll make it true. So it says all real numbers. That's this part. All real numbers are, what's this symbol? Is it less than or greater than? It's less than. All right, if you forget, this is how I've taught my kids, and my kids are in elementary. It's a crooked L. That's all it is, right? Less than. If you look at the crooked L, that is your less than symbol. So it's less than. So we're going to write all the real numbers are less than -8. So all real numbers are less than -8. That's all it means by verbal description. You're just telling me what it says. All right, that way you memorize what the symbol means. Okay, let's try one more, then I'm going to have you guys try one, okay? So let's do the distribution. Let's take that -3 and multiply it by everything. So what's -3 times k? -3k. That'd be nice to have, right? 3k, not -3k, but 3k. What's -3 times -8? 24. All right, now we're going to take this negative 1, because there's a 1 there. Take that negative 1, we're going to multiply it. What's negative 1 times k? Negative 1k. Y'all don't need to put the 1. And then what's negative 1 times 5? Negative 5. All right, and then we bring down our symbol, and then the 23. All right, highlighting the variables, only the variables. They're on the same side, so you put those together. So what's negative 3 minus 1? Negative 3 minus 1. Negative 4? I know, I heard you. You said negative 4. Negative 4k, and then plus 24 minus 5 greater than 23. All right, highlighting the variable. All right, there are 2 items not highlighted. Again, these are like terms, so we're going to put these together. So it's 24 minus 5.
19.
What was it? 19? 19. So we have negative 4k plus 19 is greater than 23. All right, still highlighting. All right, we have 2 items on the left side. So what do I need to move over?
19.
The 19. I want to eliminate it by doing the opposite. What's the opposite of adding? Subtracting. So we're going to minus 19 on both sides. What's 23 minus 19? 4. And our last step is to divide. Okay, I'm going to move myself up here in a minute. All right, so then your k is greater than negative 1. Did you divide by negative?
Yeah.
So what do you have to do? Flip the sign. All you do is flip the sign. Is the k on the left side, the letter? Yeah, so you don't need to do anything else. We just have to make sure the letter's on the left side. Again, it helps us with that graphing. Okay, so then pick a point to make negative 1. I'm going to pick this one here. Based on the symbol, is this an opened or closed point? Open. And then according to our answer, we should shade in what direction? To the left. All right, so then how do we read that? We say all real numbers are less than or greater than? Less than negative 1. It's okay, it comes with practice. All real numbers are less than negative 1. Yeah, I'll let you go here in a minute. All right, it's going to go to the back page. All right, I'm going to have you guys try 2, okay? So on the back side, go ahead and try 2. So looking at that first one, multiplying the negative 5. What did y'all get when y'all multiplied negative 5 to what's in the parentheses? Negative 15m. And what else? Negative 50. All right, the 4m should have been brought down, as well as the symbol in the 126. All right, looking at the variable, which is negative 15m, we had to combine 4 and then negative 50. So what's 4 minus 50? Oh, I lied, not 4 minus 50. You need to combine the 4m and the negative 15m. What's 4 minus 15? There you go. Negative 11. And then minus 50, greater and equal to 126. All right, highlighting the variable, what should we move over or away from what's highlighted? The negative 50. What's the opposite of a negative 50? Positive 50. So we should have a negative 11m greater or equal to 176. And our last step is to divide. All right, so divide by negative 11. M is greater or equal to? What'd y'all get? Negative 16? Yes. All right, did you divide by a negative? Yes, so what needs to happen? It flips the sign, so it's going to point the other direction. The number doesn't change though, and then our letter is on the left side. All right, so now we're going to put the 16 on our number line. Doesn't matter where you pick, just pick somewhere to put the 16, the negative 16. It's closed, correct, because it's equal to. What direction are we shading, to the left or to the right? To the left. So my verbal description would be that all real numbers are less than or equal to, because you have to add that piece now, or equal to negative 16. Or I guess you don't need to write the word negative. We can just put negative 16. Okay. Okay. All right, and then let's try one more. Make sure you write this piece down, that way you have that example for the homework. Okay, let's look at the next one. So let's take -7. -7 times 3 is -21a. -7 by -1 is +7, good. And then highlighting the variables, here we have -21a. What should I move over? The 7. Should I add it or subtract it? Subtract it. So let's -7 on both sides. What's 91 minus 7? 84. And then our last step would be to divide. And we divide by a negative. So what's going to happen because we divided by a negative? It has to flip. So it's going to flip the other direction, and then that would be our answer. So it's going to flip because this number was a negative. So anytime that's a negative, our sign's going to flip. Okay? All right, so then you pick any point to be -4 on your worksheet, right? We're going to pick this to be -4. Am I going to have it open or closed? Closed. Am I shading to the left or the right? The right side. All right, so then we'll say all real numbers are
greater or equal to.
Correct. Are greater or equal to -4.